I'm not for it. Anyway, episode 8. Um, major sports news. It's really been an eventful day. We'll be remiss if we don't mention the Gotham Knight, uh, Sir Kelly, Mr. Kells, the Pied Piper. He caught a 30 piece. I think he got hit with human trafficking, right?
I don't know what they gave him. I know they gave him 30 years. I don't know what for the charge was technically, but 30 years is a long fucking time.
You think? So you was talking to me. He got R. Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison for racketeering and sex trafficking.
That's
And
essentially life for him.
yeah, R. Kelly about 50 years old. He gonna be in his 80s. You know what I'm saying? He can't read that well. It's tough in there. But is this justified?
Hell yeah, it's
It's completely
justified.
justified, right? Because he kind of taunted. It's one thing to, you know what I'm saying, be the case, but it's another thing to taunt the charges that was brought against you. I remember that video of him saying they should have caught me 10 years ago. You remember that shit at that show?
I ain't seen him
Oh,
say that.
but I watched you remember the doc? It was a documentary that came out.
Yeah, I've seen the documentary. I don't remember it like
It was a
too
video of
well.
him backstage at the show, bro, talking to a crowd of people, drunk, and that nigga just was like, they should have tried to catch me 10 years ago. Talking crazy, like in a little book bag. It was nuts. So, I mean,
You out here fucking kids on the regular, bro. You deserve everything that come to you, bro. That's
I'm
really
with putting
the end
people
of
to
it.
death that do what R. Kelly was doing. So I'm not the biggest component of lock them niggas up. Like usually it's, did you do something worth dying over? Like that's usually like my
So
litmus
you,
test.
so you ain't so you for no in between, just jail or
I know
I
that
mean no jail. Either you don't get nothing or you get killed.
and I know it's dangerous to say that because that's what white people use to fuck niggas up like all
Mm-hmm.
through time. There being
Yep.
no gray area for crimes and shit like that. I know that, but I just feel like if you blanket it with any intense crimes, any things like rape, murder, incest, things like well not incest, you know what I'm saying? Because that could be two willing people, I guess. But if it's not two willing people, death
That
to that,
just that's yeah. That
death
just
to
fall
that,
under rape.
bestiality. Maybe we can put you somewhere. Maybe you don't have to die.
You killing niggas for fucking animals?
You not.
I think they need like a marker or something. Like they gotta wear
Bro, I
like
don't want people
a
that fuck pigs to
armband
walk
like
on the
it.
earth with me, bro. I don't want people that fuck chimps to walk the earth with me, bro. Like I know I'm elitist, I guess,
That's a no. I think that's one of them dead though.
bro. You fuck animals. Animals can't say no. You're literally an animal rapist, bro. That's really crazy, bro. If you really think about it, you want animal rapists to walk around?
You get the same punishment as you do for harming a human though.
I don't think you think people should die, bro. Like for crime.
I think people should die for a lot of things, but not like everything not equal. And most definitely, I don't give like
What would
at
you
the
put
end of
somebody to death for?
this is really the thing though. I really don't get like it's sick. You a sick motherfucker. It's some things you could be very sick for, but like I really don't care what happens to you, you fucking animals. To be honest, like I don't got no like I'm not out here marching for no dogs or no
I'm
monkeys,
not
bro.
marching for no dogs.
Or no monkeys, bro. Like you got like it's some shit. Like if you fucking people watch weird porn and jack off and get off on weird things,
Say what
like
next?
we don't need to kill them or nothing like that. So like niggas out here fucking animals, bro. Like they can just get the fuck out of my face. I ain't trying to have no conversation with you, but I ain't
Bro, I
necessarily
don't.
need
You
you
don't
dead.
need to be able to eat at the places I eat, bro. Segregation. Never mind, man. But
they
nah,
gotta they gotta wear a special jacket that say yeah. I was in some real nefarious shit.
nefarious. Yeah, I'm chopping. So I'm chopping it up with my homegirl Jackie, and
Mm-hmm.
she was like breaking it down because I do stand up. I'm sitting there. I'm kind of like, yo, I like doing the white rooms. The white rooms feel easy. You know what I'm
What's a
saying?
white room?
It's just a room where
Oh,
like
you
it's an
mean like
actual
mostly
comedy
white
club.
people?
Yeah, a lot of white people in like a comedy club. Most comedy clubs that you go into that are actual comedy clubs in Atlanta outside of the Atlanta Comedy Theater and the Uptown Comedy Corner are gonna be white, right?
Yeah.
But like the thing about it is, if you go to the rooms that are predominantly black, it's gonna be like a hookah lounge where you gotta fight for the attention with the wings and the bitches and all that shit. You go into the Laughing Skull or like the Ponce City Market, the Roll Call Theater. Everybody paying attention,
So what
waiting for the
about
jokes.
actual black comedy clubs?
Black comedy clubs are cool. Like actual black comedy clubs is lit. That's why they got to start. They just
So why you
opened
had to
up.
limit it to white rooms, man?
I really like the white rooms. They just they actually pay attention to every word of the joke. It feel like.
Do you think maybe your humor is more catered to white people?
Not really, because when I do black rooms, it goes well. I'm just saying you can tell the difference in like saying something subtle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like you might not get a laugh at the black room, but you go to the other room and they caught it.
So you like,
but the punchline still works both ways.
You like people that have like an appreciation for comedy, basically, like the actual joke telling. Like you're not there for people who just there for a laugh. You like.
I like for you. I'm there for the
concept of.
I like people. I like people that are there for the laugh, but I also like for you to hear certain things and get it. I like for you to hear build up things and get it, like without me saying something like.
Is that not on you?
Home. Nah, it's on me to do whatever I think is funny and for you to grab whatever you grab. But as somebody that's coming up with fun, like with coming up with shit, some of the shit you gonna do not gonna be funny. You can't blame the crowd every time they don't laugh at something. But if it's a joke you know works and you've done multiple places, you've tried it out, you worked it out and shit like that, then you go into a room where people not really paying attention, so they miss certain things that make the joke what it is. And then you get like a lackluster laugh at the end, not as big as you usually would.
Ain't crowd control up to the person on stage though?
You can control the crowd, but you don't control what they find funny. You don't control them paying attention to the nuance of what you're saying, right? Like if you breaking down film, you don't. If you breaking down film, you can explain it the best you can. You don't really control how they receive it.
See, so it's two different thoughts processes on that when you say that, because he's referring to me being a former football coach.
Yeah.
By the way. So it's two different. It's like that's kind of like a lazy way out, like for like a teacher's perspective. And as a coach, as a former football coach, I was a teacher. So like if I'm breaking down film and they don't get it, like it's on me to make them get it. Like and that's kind of the approach I have with the situations like that. Like it's never on the other person that they didn't understand me. It's like I gotta make you understand me.
Comedy,
if I gotta,
well, like you said, it is different because comedy is not that.
Yeah,
like it's not on me to force you to get exactly what I'm getting at. It's on you to figure out what you think funny is in it. But like when I found in the short time that I do comedy that the rooms that are more white or you know what I'm saying, not even I guess saying white wouldn't be the best thing to say. Actual comedy clubs, they catch small shit. They catch subtle things that you do building up the jokes. It's not just punchline. Like we done talked about some comedians that we don't like, bruh, that they whole thing is the punchline and making the punchline, dragging it out.
You want to name them?
Nah, I don't want to do them like that. I don't want to do them like that. Shout out to Richard Pryor's doppelganger though. But nah, so when I was talking to my homegirl,
that could be two people. Neither of them are funny.
Yeah, but, yeah, let it rock. But my homegirl told me that shit because what she was asking me was, I was telling her that I'm more comfortable there than like just going to a random club anywhere or a lounge, right? Mm-hmm. And she was like, nigga, why you need to be comfortable? And that shit fucked me up. Cause I was like, nigga, why do you need to be, she was like, nigga, if you supposed to be getting better, nigga, why are you comfortable?
Yeah, you supposed to
and I was like, okay, like apply that to everything.
You're supposed to learn to get comfortable in the uncomfortable situation.
That shit's so easier said than done, bro. To crave being uncomfortable.
Not
because you know it makes you better. That doesn't.
Nah, see, I don't know about craving being uncomfortable. I think about I view it as craving being comfortable wherever. So like, it don't need to be a perfect situation for you to be comfortable. You make you comfortable. Is basically what I'm saying. So it's like if this room is uncomfortable that you in, this place, this situation that you is uncomfortable to you, make it comfortable. Is basically what I'm saying. If that makes sense to you.
I mean, you saying it, but like saying it isn't doing it. You feel me? Like just being like, yo, make it comfortable for yourself isn't anything.
I don't mean make it comfortable by necessarily doing something. Like making it comfortable may necessarily be like you just gotta experience it and like go through that shit one time. So now like, all right, well, if I do that again, I ain't throw it off.
You got an example for you?
For me?
Yeah, where you was uncomfortable and it was necessary.
Shit, all the time when I was a coach, like getting up on the board and like having to like actually write a play out in front of people.
Yeah, where you can mess up.
Yeah, like that shit. You just got to make it that. You just got to do it so much that you're just comfortable doing it.
It's like that on the other side of that too, but for the players, like when you're not used to breaking down film and they tell you to get up there, it's just like that. You don't want to fuck it up.
But you just got to do it enough times so that you're not worried about it no more. So that's the same thing with you in those rooms where people like you're gonna have to learn to get comfortable in those rooms. And
If you can
grab
take it
their
out, you
attention.
can take it outside of comedy. Like she was talking about, like just in life, like how can you
Mhm.
grow if you're comfortable? And I thought to myself that I done seen niggas be comfortable and grow in that comfortability and get big. You know what I'm saying? I seen this shit with my eyes. But at the same time, a lot of niggas think that they can stay in their sweet spot, and that sweet spot become a
And
sales spot, bro.
sometimes you can though, but sometimes you like it depends on your path. Like sometimes you can luck up to a situation that's just, hey, everything is this is exactly what I want to be doing, and it just work, and I can be very successful doing this shit. But a lot of times you're gonna have to get up out your comfort zone and get out the box a little bit and work areas you weren't necessarily used to working and shit like that. So.
But do you got a line for your morals?
Like you mean like what you mean?
I mean, like, do your morals have a point to where they stop? Like,
Like
do you know of a situation you could be in
that
where
I
your
no
morality is gone?
Like I no longer care.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm more, but like I'm a really headstrong person. I'm not that, and like I'm one of the people who very very prideful. Like probably too much so. Like I can admit that about myself. So I die on stuff. Like it's certain situations where like it is just like I'd rather be like I'd be down and out or I'd be fucked up or I even die rather than like fold on the.
You believe that? Like you would die for like just like moralities?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I respect that. Because I feel that way about a lot of like certain things too. There's just certain things I can't budge on.
Yeah.
But it's certain things that I know I feel strongly on that I feel like if faced with a certain level of adversity, you can see yourself do. Like I know, like I would rather not ask for something, but if you homeless, you know what I'm saying? Where does that go?
Yeah, and I like, and it's not even nothing to them or nothing like that. It's just me. Like I know for a fact me about certain situations. It's just like it's like a certain thing. Like I gotta be able to live with myself. That's more than anything. Like I gotta be able to look in the mirror and know that I was like I stood on whatever I said I stood on.
I got to argue on. The reason I asked you that is because I got to argue on with my it's my cousin, but he not like my little cousin, but. We arguing, and he was just saying that he thinks that a lot of people that are homeless, you know what I'm saying, like once you get to a certain level of being homeless, your morals go out the window. And I was like, bro, it's some pretty headstrong, like morally sound people that just don't got places to live. But he was arguing that.
But that is the case for some people.
He was arguing that once you in a situation where you literally cannot provide for yourself and you struggling.
What would you do if your son was at home crying?
You okay? You gotta stop, bro. People homeless.
Saying, you ain't never heard that song?
Anyway, bro, this nigga, but no, it's just he was just saying that like morally, like your morals stop being more important than you eating, basically. And I was just like, I don't know if that's true, bro.
There's this thing in psychology you learn about. I can't even remember what the name of it, but it's like this hierarchy of needs, right? Okay. So that is actually
triangle or something like that.
It's something I can't even remember, but it's like a hierarchy of needs, pyramid, yeah. And so like that is true. People, as you get down the hierarchy of needs, it's like basic stuff, right? So like the first thing the human body is worried about and the human mind is worried about is feeding itself and surviving, like just living day to day,
literally eating.
Like yeah. Okay. So it's like if you can't do that, then you can't go to the next step of the pyramid, which is then like ego, like self-pride and shit. And then it's like other things on top of it, right?
So you said that would mean he was right then, right?
Yeah, yeah. So that's like a school of thought. That's how people work, and it's kind of how like so they use it a lot of times when you talking about like schooling, right, in like poor black neighborhoods and shit like that. It's like if a motherfucker at home not eating every day, it's no way he can come to school and be successful. It's it's because his hierarchy.
There's exceptions to that, but you're right.
Yeah, exactly. But like it's like for like the greater.
Yeah, you're right. Like it's like if you have this, it's a great problem.
If this is now the problem, you can't even get to like mental stuff. Like you can't.
These niggas can't eat.
Because you gotta eat first.
This is the argument that people make for impoverished schools and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like how can these kids learn if they're not eating breakfast?
Exactly. So it's like there is a truth to that statement of like once you get so low and your needs not being met, your kind of morality go out the window because it's kind of like a.
Is that wrong with him? Because I
I
don't
wouldn't
feel
say
like that's wrong.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily wrong. Like if you, it depend on. It really depend on this, how much you value the act of just living.
Yo, one time, my god brother, when I was in 9th grade, I'm at his house for summer school. This nigga ate some Subway, and I didn't finish my shit. I threw it in the trash, right? And that nigga looked at me and was like, bro, you know if the apocalypse happened, you was going. I was you don't give him. He basically told me to go in there and get the shit out of the trash and eat it. And I was like, nigga, it's in the trash. He's like, nigga, if it was the apocalypse, wouldn't you eat it? And I was like, no. He was like, all right. And then he went in the house and he was just talking to me about some other shit. I'll never forget this. This nigga said, if the world ended, nigga, if the apocalypse happened and it was me, you, and my 2 daughters, I would kill you and feed you to my 2 daughters. And then I would slowly cut off pieces of myself to feed them. And he was just dead, like random as fuck, but dead ass. And I was like, all right. He was like, bro, you think I would let you live if my daughters had to eat? Like if it was just you or my daughters to eat, you think that's a tough choice? And I was like, damn, bro.
But that's a totally different scenario. When
but
you got
that's
other
struggle.
Yeah, I'm saying, but when you got other I think always like with kids, if you have kids,
now you're doing some other shit.
Then you no longer have your morality for self. Now it's like
it's preservation of the kids.
Yeah, because you brought them here and they didn't have to be here.
Yeah, it's on you.
You made your own choice.
I wish more of y'all fuckers knew that. The kids didn't choose to be here, dickhead.
The kids didn't choose to be here. So now it's like I hate a motherfucker who's like with kids like, well, they can figure it out or da-da-da. No, it's literally your job to give motherfuckers whatever they need. Like whatever they need and want because they didn't ask to be here. Like that's literally how kids supposed to work. Like you're not blessing them by making them be here, bro. Like that was because people don't realize this. Like having children is like a totally selfish choice because you didn't make the choice. Like the children didn't exist to be beneficial of them. You get what I'm saying?
You saying that the kids don't have a choice in like being here, so it's not fair to them.
Not even that it's fair to them. I'm saying like you are the only person that made a decision that made to have a kid. You and the other person you have a kid with. It's not like there was a kid screaming, "Can you please make me?" Like so it's. So
you're saying in itself, like the act of
creating a child
because you think you know enough about life
you think you should have a child and you trying to get.
I don't know if I can call that totally selfish.
It is
because if you Mariah Carey and you got some kids, like you know what you're doing.
No, but this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. Selfish. The problem with the word selfish is people always think selfish has a negative connotation.
Somebody just told me this. I got into an argument. Never mind. Go ahead.
Selfish is not necessarily negative. It just literally means you're doing it for yourself, or you're doing it to get some type of. And a lot of human interaction is selfish, because people don't do stuff for no reason. There's very little actual selfless acts in the world, right? If I give you $5, right, and you needed $5, even though like part of me giving it to you was because I knew it would feel good to give it to you.
So even in itself, the kind act gives me some kind of absolution.
Exactly. So it gives me some type of.
See, but you're getting into like the introspective side of no good deed is even good. That's some like that's some your shit.
It's not that no good deed is good. Like you can have good deeds, but you can good deeds can be selfish in nature because it makes you feel good to do good. And that's fine. It's nothing wrong with it, but it still makes it selfish. So go back to having a kid. Like it's not literally. There's no person asking to be born. Like you didn't ask to be born. It's literally impossible. Now you may be grateful for it.
Exactly.
You may be happy that you're born. Like you have a life and all that stuff.
Love your parents, all that.
But 2 motherfuckers decided that for
their life
that
they get happy.
Their life needed a child in it. They made a decision for them.
That ain't finna be happening now. It's just gonna be babies now.
Yeah.
So, we're not women though, so we're not touching that. Yeah. Shout out to y'all though.
Are we supposed to talk about it to be allies?
I am an ally, bro. I don't fuck with them. Bro. I'm not with the government saying anything that I personally want to do, or like a person would want to do. You know what I'm saying? Now that gets kind of murky when you start talking about guns and shit like that for these nutty people. But I know tons of niggas with guns and ARs and shit like that don't act weird. So, you know what I'm saying? even that shit, like,
But the government is literally here to tell you what to do.
no, they here to.
Police.
I was just gonna say police. I hate that. I hate
And-
that. I was gonna say that.
And maintain
But they
order.
not, bro. But the government, like,
They police and maintain order. Is that not what?
that's the
government
idea of government, but that's not what government actually does in America.
Does? What does it do?
I mean, government here causes more calamity than anything.
That's so fucking false.
All right, so what you think?
That's some extremist ass Twitter shit, bro.
This is some extremist shit. It's not no extremist Twitter shit.
Nah,
I think the
look,
government is. I think the government is
Let's-
overreaching.
First of all, let's say that government can be overreaching.
They are.
Government in itself is overreaching though, because it got motherfuckers. But you also, if you ever niggas that take social studies classes and society based classes and shit like this, you give up personal freedoms when you have the protection of a government.
That's
it just
true.
is what it is.
Sounds like the mafia, but that's true.
So yeah, mafia is a government. That's literally that's a perfect example. Organizations, government is nothing but a big organization.
All right.
So being under the umbrella of organization gives you, let's say you're a regular employee. Let's say we can not even put it in terms of government, right?
Okay.
Let's say you a stockbroker, right? And you work for a fund, and you work for like a big company. So a part of the benefits of working for a said company is you get a set salary. You don't got to find your own targets and shit like that. There's benefits to it, right? You got certain protections for your lifestyle. You probably never gonna make less than this money because you work for somebody else, so they just feed it to you. Now, if you can go be an independent stockbroker and find your own clientele, but now you have no guarantees in life, right? You got to get everything out the mud. You got to figure out everything on your own and make all your own money and all your own decisions. So government ain't nothing but like that. So like it's like if you wanted this bitch self-governed, okay, now
I don't want it self-governed.
protect your plot of land.
I don't want it self-governed. I've told you that. Like when people were saying defund the police, it didn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
I told you that.
So So I'm saying that to say this, like that extremist like government cause more harm.
It's more so. All right. So let me. All right. So maybe that's the wrong terminology to use. Maybe the word to use is this government isn't inclusive for one of the most diverse countries on the planet, and the government is not inclusive.
There's very few inclusive. There's always.
There are very few nations this diverse though. This diverse. It's not. It's only one America, bro. Even though for all the shit we say,
black people only 15% of the population.
It's a lot of fucking different people here. It's a big Asian population in America,
white
bro.
White people still like 60% of it though.
Yeah, that's true. But so you feel like it is actually on a level playing field, but for
like we gotta also like people have these things where they can't separate their minds, right? Like it's one thing to be offended by something and be hurt by something, but it also for it to make sense, right?
Give me an example.
It's like we are in a place that wasn't designed for us, right?
Okay.
With black people in America, we were originally only supposed to be here as slaves, so then you start changing laws and making it fit us. But then it still leans to benefit 60% of the population. That's not necessary. Morally, wrong, right? But if we're talking about from a logical perspective, or we talking about just for how things work, like, that's how naturally things would fall into place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way if I'm the majority of a population that I'm going to make that in
I'm gonna put myself in
my culture. In my culture runs this society. It's no way I'm going to then make laws to then.
And that's understandable.
Not benefit my.
That's understandable, but like you just said, I'm gonna look at it morally and just say it's wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not to say that I don't understand it or I can't like if you give me enough information, I can make sense of anything. That don't mean I'm fucking with it though. Yeah. Like I don't. No matter how the pie is cut in America, bro. Everybody is born through a woman. So if you do things that are hurtful to women, I take offense to it because I have a mother. I was born.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't help that by default.
Yeah,
by
you can
default,
take offense to stuff. Yeah, take offense to it and try to change it, but also understand that it's not fucking
because it's not like niggas is marching. I'm not saying that you got to go out and march to make your point across that you not for niggas saying that women can't get abortions and shit.
And I'm just talking about that in general.
Yeah. This is me. That's not what she was talking about. Yeah. But I'm just saying, bro, like. It's like on us as niggas to anytime it comes up, make it known like, no, I don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with you, whatever your weird ass talking about. I'm not fucking with it, bro. Like, I'm not on the street marching, but fuck that.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
how I feel about it, bro. I'm not finna go back and forth with no nigga.
Yeah, you can
who's
always
pro-life.
stand. Yeah, you can always
you know
stand
what I'm
on your
saying?
morals and shit, but you also gotta. My thing was more to the fact that you were saying like, government causes more harm than good.
When I say that was a reckless thing to say, because when I say causes more harm than good, I'm talking about like it's not inclusive, and they have. It feels like every other month since I've been like 14 years old, somebody comes out with a law somewhere, or the Supreme Court comes out with something that causes public uproar. How can you be doing what's best for the people, and the people are always in uproar?
You also gotta understand that the way media consumption is now, and like in Twitter and social media and shit like that. Like,
yeah, it's hard to. And that's another thing. Niggas don't even realize that they setting themselves into this trap where you only listen to certain people.
Yeah, you
only got one side.
You only get on one side.
Bro, watch Joe Rogan, black people.
And this is the thing. And regardless of how you feel and
they do DMT
and what side of the coin you may fall on, there's a group of people, not just one or two assholes.
Yeah,
there's a group of people,
it's not just one person.
There's a group of people who believe the other way, and who says that your belief is greater than their belief.
And there lies what America is, right? It's debate.
It's
always debate, because even though what I'm saying, I feel like what I'm saying is general consensus. I know there's literally millions of people.
You just don't see them because you follow people that's like-minded.
And I choose not. And I, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, no. I follow some niggas on Twitter that talk like that just to see what they say.
I'm saying, but for the most part,
people real conversation. That's what I'm talking about. Not go back to what we were saying about being comfortable. You don't seek out confrontation.
Exactly.
Most people don't. Now, I feel like we rare because I actually do look for confrontation and conversation. So I'm with that. But a lot of people aren't trying to debate you, bro. People get sick of that shit. Like you having a different opinion than them.
Yeah, they just want to talk to people who think the same as them.
It turns into you getting on my nerve, or you being annoying because I disagree with what you're saying all the time.
But this is the problem when you have that though, when you don't talk to people that disagree, you get yourself in this box, right? And you start thinking that most people think like you, and then you have shit like Trump happening. Like people were genuinely surprised when Trump got elected because all they saw on Twitter was Hillary. The people who vote for Trump don't use Twitter. It's just simple as that.
It's literally that simple.
So you get confused by the situation and think like, oh, we the majority. This is how people think. How are these little bit of people making the decision? Actually, it's not a little bit of people over there. There's a lot of people over there that just think the opposite of you. And
that shit really groupthink.
That's the thing that America is like. Hey, sometimes your decision's gonna win out. The thing you agree with gonna win out, and sometimes it's not.
But for the most part, when it's something that goes the opposite of what the public consensus wants, it's usually super nasty. Like the Roe v. Wade thing.
But you think it's a public consensus?
When I say public consensus, I mean public outcry. So let me say public. When there's a mass public outcry, usually it's some kind of shenanigans behind it. It's not on a level, bro.
But this is what people. So that's also, but this is what people don't understand, right? So there's how many people like your Congress is made up based on population, right? Except Senate, everybody it's 50 regardless, but then your House of Representatives is made up of how like the population represent each state and shit like that, right? So if this state elects Republican Senate members and Congress members, and they decide to make that. And they speaking to their population. They know what their population want. There's a segment of people who want this to go this way. And it may be they voted more, it may be the majority of the decision right now. You may be on the other end and you may just hate the fucking decision that was made. Just like actual white rednecks were finally on the other side when Biden got elected and they stormed the thing, right?
Yeah.
They look ridiculous to us, right? They look ridiculous, like, oh, they storming the Capitol. But you got to look at that in the same way how we look at our problems and how we march it for it. Like, we may think it may be a stupid reason to march on our end. That's how we looking at them, right? But they just as passionate on their other end of the spectrum.
I understand it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I don't understand the ideology behind being passionate and, you know what I'm saying, having a base and shit like that. I get all that. I just don't care. Yeah, I don't care.
Because you're on the other
side. I just don't care. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm on the other side of it too, but I just can realize that, hey, sometimes
I acknowledge
when you in a system that's based off voting, sometimes my idea is gonna go through, and sometimes the other nigga idea is gonna go through, and that's just how it is. And that shit gonna keep flipping.
What you were saying about people building like their Twitters and their Instagram timelines to kind of suit what they believe and what they like anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
The conversation on sports it's not on sports no more. So now you got you paying attention to what's going on with the NBA and the new media and the old media thing with the guys going on the analyst shows and having podcasts, going at the
I think it's a
people,
bunch of
right?
younger niggas crying about nothing.
I don't think so. I don't think it's crying about nothing. I think this is all a byproduct of First Take. All of it. It might be people that don't understand like what sports journalism is and what you're supposed to do, like what the actual job is, because Stephen A. and Skip Bayless have changed what the job is. It's no longer about breaking down the game. It's no longer about telling me why this person wasn't good, why this person got traded, why this person doesn't fit. It's not about that no more. Now it's about who can get the most clicks, who can get the most views, who can bring in the most viewers by saying the most sensationalized shit. We've watched this shit start. Like I literally have watched this shit start and grow and become what it is now.
But I think
and it's a problem now,
no,
bro.
it's not.
It's
let
a problem
me
now,
tell you
bro.
let me tell you why it's not a problem, right? Because it's two separate things. There's a difference between a debate show and then sports journalism.
The problem is people consume the debate show and treat it as gospel. People aren't going and listening to sports podcasts where the game is broken down. People aren't looking at film. People not going through advanced metrics. None of that shit. They turn on First Take and they'll just recite what the fuck they see, and that's it. And that becomes the thing.
So
now that athlete has to deal with that on social.
But if I present it to you as that I'm not, like Sports Center is the news.
Okay.
That's sports news.
Yes.
If First Take isn't sports news, it is a sports debate show.
They call themselves analysts.
Yes.
What
so
are they
analyzing from each
They're
perspective.
analyzing the sport, not me as a person, right?
No, they analyze the different topics. It's a debate show.
Bro, they're not.
If the literal basis of the show is opinionated.
The basis of the show is you debating sports, right?
No, it's not.
These people not talking about
different.
that.
It's different.
Bro.
It's an opinionated conversation.
All right, so let me give you this, bro.
You can't get mad at somebody's
Yes, you
opinionated
can.
conversation.
That's not opinionated conversation.
It
the
literally
shit that,
is.
The shit that Skip Bayless does
debate
is
isn't
not.
an opinion.
No. I'm not talking about a sports debate. Listen to what I'm saying. The shit that Skip Bayless does, the reason why Skip Bayless is famous is not what you're describing. Skip Bayless is a sensationalist, bro. That's been around sports for a long time and knows how to get people to click on shit. That shit that he did with LeBron's name, that shit, if LeBron came out tomorrow and wanted to talk all that shit that Kyrie be talking to Stephen A., he could do that. He's completely justified in that. You know why? Because Skip Bayless has built a career off of that. Not breaking down the game, not being insightful, but being entertaining based on tearing me down. You can say that that's justified because it's media, but it's not, bro. People did this shit for years.
But this is the thing, that show isn't meant to inform. It's meant to entertain. You're supposed
he
to be watching
presents it
people
as
arguing.
informative. When you watch that show, he doesn't say this is for
Because
entertainment.
it's a debate.
Bro, when he's doing this, bro, he knows what happens. Narratives are crafted about athletes based off of debate shows, bro, where nothing of actual substance is discussed. That shit's not right.
You can't get mad. You can't get mad at him because people are.
I'm not. So look, this is what I'm saying.
I'm not
wrong. I'm saying I'm calling it bullshit, but at the same time, I understand it. So he has to understand that when the athlete comes back and drop his nuts on you, eat it.
No, I can
eat it. Because look, hold on, look though, because what they all do, and what I get fucking sick of, they do the bullshit where they say, oh, well, if I'm so scared, come debate me.
Yeah, come
Bro,
debate
come
me.
give you viewers on your show. So exactly what the fuck I was talking about before we started talking, you using my name so you can eat because you not, nigga,
the whole
fuck you,
thing
no.
Is you using my
it's
name.
not, bro. They present it,
Hey,
they present it
hold
as
on.
if it's some, we're gonna get into a room and we're gonna talk it out like men. That's not what the fuck gonna happen.
No, it's not
you
like
want me on your show so you can have viewers.
Duh.
You don't wanna solve this shit that I wanna talk about,
We're
nigga.
not trying to solve nothing.
So why the fuck would I
So
look, I'm not coming on your show to give you a boost in viewers because you fucking up. You're shitty.
We're not fucking up.
Yo, that shit Stephen A was doing with KD. You remember that a couple years ago when he was acting like he wanted to fight with KD? Because he wanted to bring him on the show.
He went
and ask him
like
questions.
He wanted to fight. He said,
bro,
we can come
that
on the
nigga
show
said
and
we
talk.
can. He said we can talk. He said we can meet anywhere you want and discuss it in the alley. We can do whatever you want. He was talking about fighting, bro.
Performative. He
bro,
wasn't talking about fighting.
Stop doing that shit. That's not sports journalism.
It's not
It's
journalism.
not.
It's the
But
debate
Stephen
show.
A. is a sports journalist. Skip Bayless is a sports journalist.
But not when they're on that show.
They're TV personalities now because they turned the industry into that. When they first got in them chairs, it was not that.
The whole industry isn't
sports,
TV.
bro. Sports journalism as a whole. Every sports network you could think of has a debate show. Multiple debate shows.
Yes.
Because of First Take. First Take changed the sports dichotomy.
Because debate shows are now fired, but that's not the only.
It's not, bro. It's bad, bro. We ending basketball discourse, bro.
No, it's not.
Skip and Stephen A. I'm telling you, bro. This shit. It's like a big bang,
just
bro.
Sensitive, bro.
It's not about being sensitive.
Oh God, it's about
niggas
being
have been getting critiqued
bro,
since sports have started, bro.
But
and shit has been happening to niggas since sports have started. Now we're in a situation where it's too much money for shit to happen. The journalists know it and the athletes owe it. So now they poke at the athletes, and then people like you look at it and be like, "Well, y'all niggas is rich. You'll be fine."
Who said y'all
I'm not
niggas
saying
is
that you
rich,
said that right now. I'm saying people look like that.
But on God, y'all niggas, shut up.
See what I'm saying? That's fucking wrong. You
No,
can't
it's
just
not
be like,
wrong.
You can't say somebody rich so they just gotta eat something, bro.
No,
you remember when he was calling Chris Bosh a girl, nigga?
This is when you
You
gotta
mean call
eat
Chris
it.
Bosh a girl?
Let me tell you when you gotta eat it. You gotta eat it when one helps the other. Like
no.
Sports journalists, sports
y'all
debate
niggas
show,
not helping me. I'm LeBron.
That's so cap.
I'm LeBron. I'm LeBron. Y'all niggas put me on TV when I was in high school. Who the fuck helping who? Y'all run me on your network. You're not helping you. You're not helping me. I'm LeBron. I am LeBron. You don't have to do that.
I don't have.
Bro, if ESPN does not have LeBron, I promise you, that shit is more beneficial for ESPN than LeBron.
Oh, it's mutually
way more beneficial.
No, it's not.
Okay.
What you talking about? How you gonna say it's not mutually beneficial?
I don't think it's mutually beneficial.
When it's been something that survived before.
Bro, the fact, nigga, they have lived on LeBron content,
oh my
dog.
God, you act like nigga, and you act like that don't boost LeBron. You don't think that?
Bro, that does not help him more than it helps them.
You don't think LeBron being everywhere
that doesn't help them? It does not help him more than it
help him.
No, you know why? Hold on, look. I can tell you why. Right? I can tell you why. Bro, LeBron has been breaking into endorsements since he was 17 years old. He stepped into the NBA with a $100 million endorsement contract. Bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
If ESPN just said we didn't give a fuck.
He was the number one. He was the best basketball player for a decade.
Nigga, okay.
Of course he was looking at endorsements.
Listen to me. Sometimes things don't just base themselves off of you just being the best. When you're talking about entertainment, I have to put a camera.
Bro, I understand that.
No, because obviously you don't. Because obviously
I understand that. I'm telling you, it's not as beneficial as you making it seem.
How can you tell?
You're making it seem like it's a 50-50 partnership, right?
Nigga,
you're making it seem like I get some out of this, you get some out of this.
It is.
All right, so look, why do you think that what you getting doesn't outweigh what I'm getting? Why do you think this isn't like this? Why do you think it's an even playing field?
Everybody knows, especially with basketball. Basketball wasn't even showing the finals live, nigga. Until
that was 40 years ago.
Hold on. Okay, so listen to me, bro. So if you're telling me the basis, so then we started building storylines and sports journalism around niggas, like, and started building like actual reasons to watch it besides I just like the Lakers and I just like the Celtics. And that it literally boosted viewership. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. Once they started building storylines around
they had marketing.
Once it built the viewership up.
Yeah, they had a market.
Niggas now wanted to watch it now. So yeah.
Why didn't this exist then when that was happening?
Huh?
This didn't exist when that was happening.
It
was just news. It was just news people reported on.
Okay.
People would shit on you. Tragic Johnson.
But you are acting like there's not a bigger sports market.
I'm
now.
Not acting like that. So you're
telling me sports just got bigger because of just sports. People were just gonna grow. It was just gonna grow naturally, and it would be as big as it was. No, it's because because of sports media is why niggas get $1 billion TV contracts now because they talk about niggas on First Take all day.
So look,
you might not like
what is sports media? What is sports media? What is sports media?
With things that
cover sports, right?
Yeah.
So one can exist without the other, right?
But it won't be as big as it
Which thing exists without the other?
Sports, but not as big as a level.
So who needs who the most?
Nigga, oh my God.
I'm just asking you a question. Who needs who the most in that situation if one can exist without the other?
But one doesn't have nearly as much money
without
the
other,
though.
So look, your point about Magic and Larry Bird, right? That was 1979 what you're talking about.
That still
applies
to the day.
I understand what you're saying. You're saying that the point to where it is now is it, right? The real reason why the NBA is as big as it is TV contracts. You can say it's sports journalism.
The TV
It's
contracts
you
got
can
big
say-
because we built the storyline around you.
The
Now
TV
people
con-
have
so the TV,
people
so it's
now,
not. It wasn't
people
the
now want to
influx.
watch.
It wasn't the influx of talent. It wasn't Michael Jordan. It wasn't
No,
Magic Johnson,
it's
Larry
not
Bird.
that.
It was the sports media.
It's because I'm
That's
saying
what
it's
it
a
was.
combination of both.
Bro, listen. The shit that happens now is not what was happening
my-
then.
so you-
this is not sports
So
journalism.
So you telling me if nobody talked about these niggas,
I
it's
didn't
gonna
say
get
that.
the same amount
I
of
didn't say
viewership?
nobody
Come on,
could
you
talk about
sounding
these niggas.
silly.
I didn't say nobody could talk about these niggas and you would get the same amount of viewers. I'm saying there's a way. These niggas are not doing that, bro. You remember when Skip Bayless and Jalen Rose were on fucking TV, and Jalen Rose said the exact same shit that Skip Bayless be saying about athletes to him, about him, and he act like somebody fucking died because he couldn't handle that shit. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that shit justified, bro, the way that nigga be acting. The way these niggas be acting that be on TV constantly, the major niggas, because there's tons of sports journalists that are nice. I like Bill Simmons, Ryan Russillo, because they don't get into that type of shit. I like tons of niggas, but the niggas that are on TV, that actually do the debating, and that people that, fans that don't actually fucking pay attention, follow and preach they shit and spew that shit they say,
And
that
makes-
shit is hurtful to
and-
sports.
and that makes
You're not
them-
gonna tell me the ring
No,
debate
God,
that
it
Skip
don't.
Bayless fueled did not hurt basketball.
So
that
you
shit has literally hurt the way people. Bro, I promise you, I put
Bro,
this on
you
my mother's
said-
soul, bro. If Skip Bayless and Stephen A. do not do first take, KD doesn't leave OKC because that culture, that shit where I have to leave, I have to hurry up or I'm gonna get killed.
So
that didn't exist.
So this the thing. So we arguing two different things. You talking about just the literal how the dynamic of the sport.
yeah,
is
I'm
now.
literally
Hold
saying
on.
they ruined it.
No, I'm.
They ruined it.
You may say they ruined it, right?
They
but
ruined
they
it.
drive up viewership.
They drive up viewership because people
So
that
that's
don't
all
understand.
that fucking
Bro,
matters.
that's not sports
That's all
journalism. You're
that
an
matters.
entertainer then.
No,
be a
if I
comedian,
drive
nigga.
up, if I drive up viewership, that's all that
Bro,
matters.
that's not
If
your
I-
job,
if
bro.
If now more people are tuning into your basketball games because I'm talking about it, that's my.
Bro,
that's
I
how
had
it's
I was
mutually
playing in the
beneficial.
playoffs tonight, regardless, nigga.
And
They
the
was
nigga-
tuning in,
and if we didn't-
regardless.
If we didn't talk about it the right way,
Bro,
we
you're on
didn't-
TV. You on
Hey,
TV
you
calling
said-
me nicknames and shit. You
No,
on TV calling
hey,
me
hey,
Doc
on-
Spice.
hey,
You
on-
on TV calling me Queen
hey, on-
James, bro.
hey,
You
on-
sound crazy.
On God,
That's
and
not
that-
the same
and You know what's
thing.
crazy? And that's
It's not the same
and That's
thing.
still gonna make people go watch
Bro,
the
that's
game
not.
because I've been talking
If
about
I
you.
say something to that, I'm on you. I'm justified. I'm not wrong.
I'm not saying
You're not
you're
talking
not
about
wrong.
basketball.
I'm not saying you're not wrong in saying something, but I'm still driving a viewership on your game. If niggas know for a fact the less storylines, niggas didn't know. Niggas could not talk about Kawhi, right? That was the least viewed finals ever because there's no storylines around Kawhi because he's a boring nigga. Niggas don't talk about him. They don't debate him on TV every day. The sports debates and how they cover the media drives up viewerships on these NBA games and every other type of sport, and it's a mutually beneficial thing.
I think you gotta inflate a sense of
you
that.
you give me something to talk about, and me talking about you gets people in tune and like, oh, now I actually have a reason to
I
watch.
think you got to inflate a sense
It's,
of how
um,
much
it-
how much they bring
I think
in
you
like
have
that.
I think you
I
have a
don't think
deflated
it's like
sense of
that.
that. Yeah, I
Nah.
think nobody is just tuning into sports and just watching
Bro,
blindly,
people are
bro.
born into sports.
Niggas
People
don't-
are literally born into being fans of sports teams.
But-
They wouldn't have to know who the fuck Stephen A. or Skip Bayless are to watch a game. They
Some-
find out who these
some-
people
some
are, and
peop-
yes, they may be entertained
Bro,
by that aspect
you're-
of it, but you created that aspect.
Bro,
I didn't
nigga,
need that to like
the
basketball.
thing that you don't realize is that the casual viewer is way more of the population than,
I
the,
know that.
than the hardcore
I know
viewer.
that.
So the casual viewer needs a storyline.
So
to
say
get
that. All right. So
into.
say that is what you're doing, bro. Stop portraying yourself like you some kind of somebody with integrity and journalistic courage and shit like that. Just say what you do. You do shit to get clicks and views, and you don't really give a fuck how the athlete feels about it because in your mind you're getting them paid because you feel like you're the most important part of this fucking
It's
situation.
not that you feel like you're
You
the most
ha- you
important
would
part.
have to.
You are a part of it, though.
You're not the most important part.
You are
I
a part
am.
of it, though.
I'm the most important
You're
part.
not the most important
Who
part.
the fuck? No, you crazy. I'm not arguing that.
Because you're replaceable.
I'm not
as
arguing
fuck.
that. I'm not arguing that. The
You're
athlete,
replaceable as
the
fuck.
athlete is always the most
athlete-
important part of that,
The athlete
nigga.
replaceable as fuck.
The athlete may be replaceable, but the athletes are not. You need athletes. You need us,
But
nigga.
you as an
need
individual,
us.
but you as an
maybe
individual,
maybe me
is not.
personally may not be the one, but you need us. If
And
LeBron
you-
decided
and
to
you-
say
and you-
nobody can use my likeness for anything, people would be fucked.
Oh.
And you can't tell me they wouldn't be. And that means you're not
You
good
don't
at your
have the- you
goddamn
don't have-
job.
You don't have the right to do that. That's
Bro.
not work. That's not how that works. Then
Bro.
you go through the NBA. I can click. I can use your
Obviously, I know you can't do that, bro, because he's in the NBA. He signed the contract. I'm talking about just generally speaking. If LeBron came out tomorrow and by God, he could just say, nobody else can talk about me. You can't talk about my kids. You can't talk about my wife. None of that shit. All this other shit, you got to figure out other content. Now ESPN now they playing highlights of Serbia.
Because now it's to the point where LeBron is already too big so that
he's a public figure. They're all public figures.
But this is the thing. Look, if ESPN doesn't cover LeBron like how they cover him out of high school, he's not
I don't
as
think
big
that's
as
true.
he is. That's not how else would you know who he is?
I don't think that's true.
So you telling me it's a nigga that's balling on the
Are you saying that he wouldn't have like I don't like that you think that he wouldn't have got the $100 million Nike endorsement if ESPN
you don't get the $100 million. Yeah,
he was going, but listen, bro.
Oh God, you
all
don't.
right, so let me tell you where you're wrong. Let me tell you where you're wrong.
You have to be.
He was already the number one player in the nation, right?
You have to be.
He was already number one, right? Right?
Yeah.
He was going to either go to college or go to the NBA, regardless, right?
Yeah.
If he would have went to college, he gets the same endorsement deal because he goes to college and he's LeBron. You understand that, right? Now, look, hold on, let me finish.
If he doesn't,
hold on, listen.
The national media covers him like they cover him.
Listen. If you're a number one pick, you're gonna get covered by the national media. Stop it. You don't have to be on ESPN at 17. If you're that nigga,
is national
and you're
media.
if you're gonna go number one in the draft, you get national media coverage.
Exactly.
That's one thing.
No, that's
when
not
LeBron
even true,
hold on, listen. This is a perfect example. When LeBron was in high school, you remember the scandal about his fucking car? You remember that ran? That was a story. LeBron was 17 years old, bro.
Yeah.
The national media was shitting on him and his mama because his mama took out a second mortgage so he could get a Hummer when he was going to go number one in the draft next year. That's fair because I'm in high school and you're going to get me rich. That's fair for my mom to go through that. For me to go through that.
I'm not talking about the fairness of it.
I'm saying that's not journalism. That's nothing. That's literally nothing.
But it's mutually beneficial.
That's nothing. How the fuck is it beneficial for me, for you to make my mom sad?
Me making you famous, you gonna get. That's how you get the big endorsement.
Bro, I was going to get paid regardless. I was number one. Bro, I was the best.
If you don't think that fame matters, you sound silly.
Bro, I didn't say that. First of all, in sports, fame doesn't matter. You can get paid without being fucking famous. Yeah, Kawhi, you just was talking about Kawhi.
No, this is the thing. On God, but you can only get paid by your team if you're not considered famous.
You can get paid through endorsements just through your play.
That's not
Some
true.
Niggas will come to you. Some niggas will come to you just because you play in a certain city, bro.
That's literally not true, though.
Bro, when niggas sign for these niggas in college right now. If you in a college right now playing a sport, bro, you can go to a car dealership and work your one, right?
Hey, you sound so silly.
No, I don't.
OBJ still got the most followers on NFL. Is he the best player?
He has that because of what? Why did that happen?
He's famous.
He got those followers through a burst. Through what? His fucking play. He made a play.
But part of it is the media coverage of it.
Did you know, bro, people did not know who he was like that until he made a play, right?
Okay, he made a play.
And then what?
Okay, there's a combination of two things. You're not listening to the fact that there's a combination of two things. You play good, and then I cover you, and then that makes you famous.
Okay.
So me now making you famous gets you a bunch of money.
I play good, and you talk about me, right?
If he just catch the ball, right? If he just catch the ball, and we don't talk about him, then he just caught a ball.
It's impossible not to have that talked about.
It
didn't have to be by media.
But I have to talk about it.
Every single person that saw that was going to tell somebody and show somebody, right?
That's not going to automatically get you no endorsement deals, bro.
Come on,
Just being good at sports does not get you endorsement deals.
I don't buy into that having to be a part of what this shit is, bro.
Is Dalvin Cook got a bunch of endorsement deals? Is he not probably a top 3 running back?
No, he's not no more, but he's up.
But he get paid by who?
He's up. And when he was at Florida State, you don't think he got endorsements out of Florida at car dealerships and local shit in Florida?
Oh my!
You don't think he getting paid? You don't think he getting paid off his face?
Because he's famous there.
Because he's famous there. Because of what? His play, right?
Not because he's played. Because in local media he get coverage. He's famous.
In local media, you get picked up because of play.
And then so the media then increases your fame.
And even in that,
it's a thing that works together. It don't work alone.
Even in that, I'm not talking about sports journalism in that area because we're talking about the talking heads. Talking heads are not making niggas rich in the NBA. You cannot sell me on that. Nick Wright is not getting niggas paid.
That's not true.
Nick Wright does not get niggas paid. They play gets them paid. I work for $1 billion business.
They play gets them an NBA contract, and then media does.
So look, what the fuck I need you talking to me for then?
You don't. Why you think agents book niggas on shows? You don't think
because they want visibility and now they want fame so they can do other shit outside of sports.
So what the fuck is we talking about?
How the fuck is that the same? I just play basketball. You're talking about me as a person. You're talking about shit that don't got shit to do with basketball. How the fuck is that the same as my agent sending me on your show to talk about some shit, and then I can go on another show and talk about other shit? That's not the same thing.
So your agent sent you on the show for media coverage. I'm already.
Bro, my agent sent me on the show for promotion. Nigga, this is a promo run. This is a promo run.
Me talking about you is promotion for you.
No, the
as
fuck
a person.
it's not. Yo, them ring debates are not fucking promotion for LeBron.
Yes,
where you shit on his name and you fuck with niggas' legacies, that's not no promotion for me. How the fuck that's not all good press shit? That shit not real.
When you at that, yes it is.
That shit is not real for niggas that actually live it.
Nigga, when they
niggas do not want bad press.
Nigga, you keep talking about it from a morality standpoint.
I'm talking about it from the athlete's
point
of
view.
view,
From a business
bruh.
standpoint, I am the reason that you get more endorsement deals because your face is everywhere. My media coverage and you being this famous, me talking about you all the time.
None of that shit has to happen for what you're saying to happen, bro.
Does play a part
none of that shit.
You get
You was just talking about Sports Center, right?
Yes.
LeBron running all day on Sports Center. Why the Skip Bayless clue into that? All of this shit is happening without you.
If that happens and then I didn't talk about every extra coverage is extra coverage. Yeah, when you talking about endorsement deals, your face being everywhere is still good for you. You may not want it, but it's good for you pockets wise.
I'm good on that, bro. It's not my shit. Like when I want to hear sports talk, I want to hear people talk about why something didn't work. Why it's gonna work? What's the good and the bad? Like, I want real shit.
You talking about from a hardcore sports perspective.
It's not even hardcore. You can be entertained through that without bashing
But I'm
players.
saying, if we talking about from a beneficial with sports, if we talking about you getting more famous and getting more money, me talking about you every day does help.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna just show you how to do it.
Don't
even worry about it.
Your play don't just hold it down.
Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna show y'all niggas how to do it. Show you bitch ass niggas how to talk about athletes, cause this shit gay. And I shout out and I like gay people. You know what I'm saying? But this.
Nah, you just used it as an insult. So
I fixed it. I cleaned it up.
I don't know if you did. I know if I was something, I wouldn't be wanting people to use it as an insult.
I didn't. No, it's not an insult.
I know. I wouldn't want nobody to go. That's black.
Don't you hate gay people?
Nah, I don't got nothing against gay people.
Okay.
Why you be trying to work that one, bro?
Oh no, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get some people. I'm gonna get some people outside the studio on you one day. Some picket signs, bruh. Reporting live from 29 South Studios. Austin McCall, been on the front lines. I'm here to report the Atlanta wing crisis. 10-piece combo is up to $15.97. Just let that sit in the air for a second.
Where you be getting wings from?
American Deli.
Any American Deli?
Yeah. You from Florida, bro? Don't ask me.
I just had American Deli for the first time last month.
We should jump you in here.
That shit alright. You know who got good wings? Wingstop.
Hey, bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
I knew you was gonna say that because you Atlanta wing niggas.
Bro, you are the fucking. You eat Wingstop for real?
Yeah, I fuck Wingstop.
Bro, you might as well, bro. You need to just marry you a white girl, bro. Nigga eat Wingstop and shit. Like you like Sloppy Joe's and Shepherd's Pie.
Sloppy Joe's and Shepherd's Pie is fire, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
See what I'm saying, bro? Anyway, bro.
You ain't ever had no good Shepherd's Pie,
bro. When you be saying Shepherd's Pie, it sound nasty, bro. Like,
how?
So you talk about a Shepherd's Pie.
Evan, you don't fuck with Shepherd's Pie?
Nigga like Shepherd's Pie. That boy gay as hell. That boy gay as hell.
You use gay as an insult again, y'all. Oh, man. That's crazy.
It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my rainbow homies.
Now they rainbow homies. That seems.
That's not even bad. They like people like rainbows.
They like rainbows.
People like rainbows. People like rainbows, brother. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know, buddy.
Hey, name 3 tight ends. Pause.
Why would I name 3 tight ends?
Pause. But just name 3 tight ends.
George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Darren Waller.
Okay. I got him top 3 too. I was talking about it earlier. Darren Waller got killed, man. He somebody asked him his top 5 tight ends. I think he had himself one.
I thought you meant like literally killed. I was about to say, damn.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with both of y'all?
Nigga, you just said he got killed.
Nah, I mean,
I was like, well, I missed that news today.
No. Darren Waller's a tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah, Las Vegas Raiders. Does not look like a tight end, but he just said that he was the number 1 tight end in all of football.
He can believe that.
I don't think that's true, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool to put yourself one. He had Kyle Pitts 4th on the list. I like that. Kyle Pitts, top tight end coming out of next year.
Kyle Pitts not a tight end though.
Hey, bro, you gonna shut the fuck up with that shit you be talking?
He not a tight end.
You not a, bro, hey, bro.
He a Y.
Bruh, I'm not finna do this, man. Niggas want niggas to not get paid. How they gonna get paid? It's gonna be a while when it's time to get paid. Don't even worry about it, man.
He's a slot wide receiver. I don't know what we calling him a tight end.
Well, we're gonna break all the tight end records, all right? So Darren Waller's top 5 tight ends. Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Kyle Pitts, and Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is underrated, but he's not better than none of these other niggas on this list. Like they were saying he should be higher on the list. I don't see how.
About to be O.J. Howard year anyway.
Who?
O.J. Howard.
From Alabama?
Yeah.
Bro, he got drafted 7 years ago. That shit is over, Paul.
Take your time, do it right.
Oh no. We coming to the last couple topics of the GreenBox. Feel like it's raining outside.
Oh, I like this one you put here. It's the disagreements with the family.
Yeah, we could talk about that. I wrote that shit down last because me and this nigga Evan was in here talking, and I was thinking like, damn, do I receive criticism the best? And I don't feel like I do. You know what I'm saying? I think it comes from, you know what I'm saying? If you're hard enough on yourself, whenever you actually get told something that you might think a little bit, it's like annoying. But at the same time, it's necessary because you don't want to be walking around half-stepping. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on your family and friends to kind of keep you on a level, right? Like if they supposed to be your family and friends and they not telling you when shit going off rails, are they family and friends? You feel me? Like
this is the thing. I'm all for what's it called? Receiving criticism. Like I receive criticism well.
You think so?
Yeah, I receive criticism well. This is a difference though. I don't necessarily like I can receive it well. I don't necessarily have to apply it. I can disagree. Like this is the thing. People like I feel like when they receive criticism, they feel like they gotta apply it. Like I can respect your criticism and be like, nah, that route just not for me. Like that's just we kind of looking at it different, and that's just I can just
see. I have a hard I'm one of those people that like I like to.
I don't
like
gotta please everybody in the room.
I don't gotta please everybody. I grew into that because like I feel like as a young kid, I was more so into trying to be what I thought I needed to be in whatever room I was in. But like soon like the older you get, the more comfortable you get just being you and rocking out. So, but at the same time, when somebody in your family or one of your friends comes to you to let you know you're doing something wrong, or they don't like how you're going about doing something, it's almost like a damn. I thought you would like it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're family or friends, but you take it out. It's hard to take yourself out of situations, bro, and just look at shit for what it is. Like if somebody trying to give you something for real, and you just can't see that it's from a place of love. And you feel like it's
I can see, but I'm real good at that. I'm real good at understanding I'm good at understanding where you coming from, and I'm good at just going, okay, I see where you coming from, and I can either apply it. I can be like, all right, I value your opinion in this topic, or I could be like, nah, I don't really see it that way. Like it's a couple people in my life, right? Like I know they not trying to live the same life I'm trying to live, or they don't view things like I view them.
Yeah, both of our lives.
They didn't go through the experience I went through, and they don't like.
They just don't see it the same.
Like, and I'll be talking to them on the phone, and I tell them like a situation, and they'll give me their whole opinion on it. I'm gonna hear it out. I want you to give me your opinion, and I'm gonna.
We talk for hours about shit and disagree at the end.
And I'm gonna hang up, and I'll be like,
Yeah, I do that sometimes. But see, like, all right, say you call me and you like, yo, Ayasa, this shit you did, like, all right, I send you jokes sometimes, and I be like, yo, do you like this? And you, for the most part, I'm gonna be honest, Paul kind of be fucking with the shit I be coming up with. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm kind of nice. But when I send you something, in the rare time, you be like, nah, nigga. You peep, I don't just be like, oh, okay. I sit there and be like, nah, nigga, you gotta see this. You gotta see this part. That's like deep into me. I really can't. I wish I could turn that shit off. Because I feel like it's almost not manly to not be able to just disconnect yourself from shit. But I'm so tied to everything I think and do and shit. For the most part, I'll defend most of that shit.
So yeah, I get what you're saying. Like you be feeling the need to defend.
Yeah, like I dig my heels
like
in.
Even though I can tell you exactly why I disagree with it, but then you still feel the need to explain to me
even though it's nothing I can do about it.
It's wrong with how I'm like looking at it wrong. See, I assume everybody looking at it exactly right, and this.
Oh, I don't. I assume people stupid.
Not necessarily stupid. I understand. So what I'm basically trying to say is I be thinking that people fully like grasp it in their own way at least, and they advice might just not apply to the situation like how I wanted to apply, and it just is what it is. So I just might not take like there's a couple like older men in my family who I speak to on certain situations,
Yeah.
and I know from the life they live, they not gonna give me the answers like that I'm actually gonna apply to the situation. It just is what it is. Like they life didn't groom them to give me the answers that
They
I'm
just
gonna
don't
want to
know.
apply to
They
my
just
life.
literally
So
don't know.
I just be like, thank you for that. Like, thank you for trying. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for thank you helping me. And like maybe you are like, and maybe
And you'll
every
figure it
once
out
in a
later.
while you are.
Sometimes
but,
you figure it out later that
Yeah.
somebody was right about something they told you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the worst, because now you don't already did whatever you was gonna do.
Yeah.
But I added that in because it was just sitting here thinking like, damn, bro, I really don't feel like I'm able to, like, even though I can completely understand what somebody's saying, I can completely think something is justified. It's something in me that's like, fuck that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, with anything. Like, take it outside of the original point. It could be literally anything. It could be something like somebody telling me that I'm tying something wrong, that I've been tying a certain way my whole life. And now it's just like, nigga, you don't know what the fuck you talking about if you think this wrong. Instead of looking at it for what it is, like, nigga, you could have just been wrong for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You could have just been wrong, nigga. And I don't really have no heart. Like, once I'm like level-minded and thinking clearly and shit, I'm more inclined to just be like, I can see where you right. And I'm more inclined to give in more. But like initially, like, I wish I could fight that shit, because it's like, damn, bro. Like, it don't matter if it's friends,
You also was
family.
raised by a woman though, so you sensitive, bro.
Bro, I slap the shit out the back of your bald head, bro. You was raised by a woman.
Oh God, yeah, but like
Two women.
But my mama tough.
You wasn't
bro.
raised in a lesbian household?
Don't try my mama like that.
All right, bro. Now I'll try your mama, because you was raised by lesbians. I ain't say your mama was one of the lesbians. What are you
Hey,
talking about?
I remember my first encounter with a nigga whose mama was lesbian. He came and spent the night at my house, and he said his mama roommate dropped him off, and it was
His mama got a roommate.
and it was what they call him. I want to use the politically correct term. A stud? Is that the politically correct?
What is
term?
the non? What was you finna say?
What you mean?
Oh, never mind. Hey, you think studs pay to get in the club on ladies' free night? What, nigga? Bro, I'm dead ass. If you was a stud, would you pay on ladies' free night? Like, on principle?
Are you considering yourself a lady?
I don't know. I'm asking. Hey, Evan, would you going to the club on ladies' night as a stud for free?
Still a woman, bro.
Exactly. So get in the club for free. All right, that was the
What if,
green
wait,
box.
hold on. What if they got on a like a fitted hat? And
What you mean they?
like a white tee.
What do you mean by that?
I mean by they, I mean the person. I mean like grammar wise they. Like I'm not. Don't try me. Don't try to get me.
But I don't know. I don't know what people identify as. There's too many categories now.
Bruh, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I've somehow managed to get through life without encountering any of this. Like, I just be, I'm like, what's up, bro? No matter who it is, what's up, bro?
You know what's crazy? I haven't never even had.
Never had a problem.
I've never had a conversation with a trans person in real life.
You never know, bro.
I have to think. No, I have, because it's trans
Like a
people
conversation. I think like even bumped into somebody who is
I think I have.
considered
I have.
trans.
Multiple times I think I have. It was just a trans person.
Something like,
I went to pick my mama something up at KFC the other day. And the dude that handed me my shit had nails, beard, and a wig. I think he was
I'm
trans.
saying you had a conversation with.
Nah, but I guess like I was courteous. You know what I'm saying? Like I am with anybody
You know,
else.
no, I'm saying I've hated and by some, but I'm saying like, have you ever had to talk to one?
I don't think I've ever had an extended conversation with anybody that was like transitioning and no shit like that.
Yeah, me neither.
But there again, like I don't think I'm
Like
in
I'm not,
places.
but I'm never in places where they get on God.
Not that they are in certain places.
No, like
No,
Yeah.
that's just the green box for the week. No, that's the green box. Episode 8. We're gonna be back next week. I'm gonna start having guests on soon. Energy Fest or with a shirt. Shout out to Day. You know what I'm saying? We're doing that in the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna be there helping host. Be telling jokes. They're not gonna be clean jokes, so fuck you.
But you telling dirty jokes in front of kids and shit?
They go to school, bro. It's fine. It's
They
the green
fine.
box. No, it's the green box. Episode 8. We'll be back next week.